It's over.
Yes, it's over.
It's over. Oh shit, I'm shaking it too much. Oh. So what's up, everyone? So we're here again. We're trying this new thing out where actually Marcos over here came up with the idea. There's a fight this weekend that we're watching, so we kind of figure we'll do a podcast, and at the same time we'll watch the fight, and then as something cool happens, we'll talk about it. But what's up, Marcos?
It was your idea, but
It was your idea.
was it?
Yeah, you're the one that called me the other day and told me that we should do it.
Oh,
and I thought you were...
about today, yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in general, I mean, you pitched it to me. I told you on the phone.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
But so we're here. What fight are we watching again? I didn't even know. So for like a lot of people, I'm not a big UFC fan, so I don't watch all these fights. Like unless they're like a really
fight,
like big fight or something.
Fight.
Yeah, and a big name that I know, then I'll watch it and I'll get more excited for it because I know them more. But like these fights that I guess every weekend is a UFC fight, right?
Mostly every weekend, yeah.
Yeah, so when they're ones like this where they don't even announce it, like I didn't even know there's a UFC fight tonight until you told me.
Oh yeah.
So
Rafael dos Anjos versus Paul Felder. So apparently Paul Felder was retired.
I thought his name was Todd Felder. I don't know why. I don't know where I heard that from.
Maybe. Did you watch?
Yeah, closer to the mic.
Oh, did you watch the UFC the Embedded?
No, what's that?
Oh, that's have you ever seen HBO 24/7?
No, what's that?
Oh, it's like a.
I just have Hulu. I don't have all the extra shit.
No. It's like a mini documentary, like leading up to the fight of the fighters. Like it tells each other's stories.
Yeah, I watched. Like I said, once again, I watch those, but for like
the Pacquiao,
like names like that, because it's gonna be a sad story.
So they do it for almost every not every fight, but every big fight.
Mm-hmm.
But they did it for this one because it's a 5-round fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so Paul Felder was retired. He said he had retired already from fighting, and he wanted to commentate.
How long he's been fighting?
For a while. I don't know exactly how many years, but he was in there before the Reebok deal.
Oh yeah.
So the Reebok deal's been going on for a few years now. So he was before that. So he's been there for a while.
Oh okay.
He's a bad dude. I think he's a pretty good fighter.
How old is he?
I have no idea how old he is.
And then the other guy is also an older fighter?
Yeah, Rafael dos Anjos is on his way out. He's a legend in the sport. He's been in, from Pride, I think. He's been in.
See, I feel like I know this guy, but also I feel like there's a lot of Dos names.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure you remember Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah, see, exactly.
From
Santos
way
Anjos.
back.
So it sounds the same, but no, I don't think I've ever heard of this guy. But
well, he was a 155-pound champion at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And he lost it. Who did he lose it to? I don't even know who he lost it to, but he lost the title. And ever since, he's trying to been getting it, or been trying to get it back.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been losing, dude. He's his last 5 fights, he's only had 1 win.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it sucks. He's on his way out. And Paul Felder took the fight on a 6-day notice.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he made 155.75. I'm like, that's dehydration the whole 5 days.
So that's crazy, because I was thinking about whenever they do where someone backs out or something happens where that person can't fight, so they call someone last minute.
Yeah.
If you think about it, UFC really can't take any days off. Unless you just finish a big fight, like a title fight.
Right.
Obviously, you're gonna go on vacation for a week or something, and then get back into training, because anything like that can happen to where they call you at the last minute. You just kind of got to be ready. I mean, you can't be on vacation mode and then a month or two,
right?
Or sometimes even sooner, weeks.
Yeah.
Then you got to be ready. It's hard to just turn that switch on. And it's cool because it's a win-win, because it's this guy was nice enough to take the last minute, without any training. So it's okay. And so if you lose, it's well, hey, thanks for stepping in. But then if he wins, it's and look, I got called last minute. I have no training going on, and I still beat your ass.
Bro,
so it could work either way. It's kind of cool.
I knew about it on Twitter. Remember I told you to get on Twitter, because there's a bunch. Everything.
I need to get on
dude.
Twitter. Everyone's responding to you.
Yeah, and everything is on Twitter, dude.
Yeah.
There's that's how I learned about the fight. That's how, because Rafael dos Anjos tweeted about it. He's hey Paul Felder, thanks for taking the fight. There's not many men like you that are brave enough to take the fight last minute like you did.
Mm-hmm.
And then Paul Felder posted a video I think he was interviewing with the UFC, and he's like, "Well, yeah, I'm taking the fight. It's a story that I can tell my kids. You know, I'll fight because he's a legend. I mean, a lot of MMA fans and fight fans, they know who Felder Anjos is, and he's a legend in the sport, dude. The guy's been around for a while, and he's a tough guy. I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
And Paul Felder's the younger guy on this fight.
And and he's already retiring?
Yeah.
Or wanting to retire?
Yeah, well, he got a really good job with the UFC as a commentator, as a fight commentator. So.
Oh, that's cool. So that's usually where everyone goes after this.
It's funny though because he narrated a little mini clip about him.
Yeah.
Like about who Paul Felder is.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because he just kept like hyping himself up in the video. I don't know. You gotta watch it. It's pretty fun.
Sometimes do you think like whenever there's like drama and stuff before the fights, do you think the UFC makes them do that, or do you think that's legit? Because it's crazy to me that someone can like talk so much shit about the other person and like want to hurt them so bad, and then at the end of the fight you still see them like hug it out, and that makes me so mad. Like even if it's out of respect, like I still just be like I'd still be like, even if especially if I beat you, I'd be like, fuck you, like that's what you get.
Sorry, dude.
No, that's good.
Too good. I thought Paul Felder was gonna take the fight. Dos Anjos took it.
Well, they'll show us a little recap right now, so we'll kind of see.
I don't know. I don't know if it's real. I know McGregor Habib thing. I know it was.
I know
real.
that was real. I mean,
even though McGregor in the fight he told Habib it's just business or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Habib was like, I ain't having it, dude. You disrespected the shit. I mean, McGregor talked shit about. I think he talked shit about Habib. Talked shit about Habib's wife. Yeah.
You know what would have been crazy too is like whenever Khabib's dad passed, if like McGregor instead, because he said, you know, my heart goes out to you pretty much.
Right.
But like it'd be funny if McGregor still kept going like, fuck your dad or something, like, because like the other day,
don't do that.
I guess so, you know, like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
There's some like rapper. I guess he's well known. Like if you're into rap, I can't remember his name. Not
anymore.
And he got shot, I guess, and they killed him. He's like only like 20, 21. Can't remember his name. And I guess him and Tekashi 6ix9ine had beef, and Tekashi 6ix9ine like tweeted like a laughing face. Like he's still like, fuck you.
Damn.
I was like, that's some crazy stuff.
Well, I mean,
but that'd be crazy if like
when you're a rat,
did that.
When you're a rat and you're a bitch, you celebrate other people's demise. You know, when you kind of faked it till you made it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the person you are.
What do you mean? Like then you have like resentment the whole time?
No, you just like you.
Like you only
like for example, Tekashi 6ix9ine, like it's in the back of his head that he's not a real rapper.
I mean, he's blowing up the game though. Man.
Yeah,
well, every video he posts is like 1 million. Like it's insane.
My 8-year-old,
like within
my
seconds.
8-year-old son told me like, "Do you like 6ix9ine, Dad?" I'm like, "Oh, those were the fucking
Everyone
8 million,
knows him.
8
Yeah,
million
exactly.
fucking views come from fucking 8-year-old, 2-year-olds."
He's a showman. I'm telling you, I like it. I watch it.
I don't like it. I've never liked him. I've never listened to a full Tekashi 6ix9ine song. Never.
Nah,
never.
It's more you don't listen to it. You just kind of get the like hyped from the beat and like him yelling. It's kind of like DMX. I'm serious.
From him yelling, DMX rap though, and he talks about some real shit.
But he had that deep voice that like even if he did rap, you'd really
dog voice.
Yeah, so like sometimes I didn't understand what he said.
Cat Williams has I like a lot of comedy.
I've seen the way you're talking about the bit that Cat Williams does.
Yeah,
I don't like Cat Williams a bit, yeah.
The bit where he's like, this guy barks in his raps and his songs and like that, and they finally meet him. He's like, motherfucker's about this tall.
Yeah. Damn, these things always trip me out too. The ends right here.
Oh yeah.
How come they have to separate them for this? But like sometimes there's fights where the person goes in and talks to him.
Just it depends on the state.
I swear all these COVID rules are stupid. So I thought there was only one fight island, which is in Abu Dhabi, right?
Yeah.
So where's the other location?
This one's Vegas.
Oh, so Vegas has their own thing?
Yeah.
Oh shit! And they lock it in?
Oh yeah.
Damn,
it's in the UFC PI Performance Institute, I think.
Have you seen okay. Have you seen they do like a little documentary about the bubble or whatever?
Yeah.
Or not the bubble. What does he call it? Fight Island.
Fight Island.
Have you seen it? On
No.
ESPN? Oh, I haven't watched it. I want to watch it.
The documentary, the full documentary? No, I haven't seen it.
I mean, obviously they hype it up, but there's like parts where Dana White's like, Like what? She got it. Like they left out because you're like once you're there, you're there. You're stuck there.
Oh yeah.
So like
And the W, the hotel. Yeah.
So someone I guess got out or whatever, and he's like, when you find her, she's fucking fired. Like it was just that strict with the COVID rules.
Something like that. Yeah.
It was crazy, and like the fighters, like I guess they as soon as the fight ends, they go straight into like their car and go right back to their room, and like they're sucks.
They they put mats on the floors in the living room of the hotel room.
Yeah, the lobbies and stuff.
And they train there. The
crazy.
hotel's pretty much empty, so sometimes they'll go in the hallways and they'll train stuff. That's what I've seen on the UFC Embedded.
Oh, that's cool. I need to watch that.
And they do all that stuff. I mean, it's a fucking hotel and it's huge.
Yeah, but
so it's pretty flexible.
It's just crazy the rules they go through for that stuff.
Yeah. I can't wait till this thing is over. I mean, I hope Biden gets rid of it. I hope him being elected gets rid of COVID. I mean, that's how it's supposed to work,
Marcos,
right?
I don't know.
And that's how it's supposed to work.
I hate politics.
I get a kick out of it now.
I
didn't dislike it. I just wasn't into it.
To me, for a while, politics was like poker or like Texas Hold'em. Like it's something you see people do, and like you never want, like you want to learn how to play, but you never want to actually play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want to get into it.
Like I want to know about what goes on, and then at the same time, it's like I really could care less.
Right. So, I mean, it's just a fun thing to get into sometimes.
No, but I can't believe people actually get into arguments.
Like that guy that I told you I tweeted. John Contino, he's like,
an artist.
Good. Yeah,
yeah. See, I'm telling
designer.
You get a Twitter.
He's like, it feels good. I'm like, oh yay, no more COVID.
I'm surprised he didn't have a blue check mark.
And the guy's like, yeah, right. The guy was like, well, at least we have a chance now.
Remind me, screenshot those and I can post them up on the thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That way people don't know we're just bullshitting.
Yeah. No, I was actually like, oh, fuck. He replied. I didn't think he would.
Yeah, I think for you, Twitter's more of your thing.
Yeah.
Instagram doesn't seem like.
Like I'll talk some shit. It not even shit. It's just funny shit sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Like McGregor posted the other day on Twitter, or tweeted the other day, because it was his 4-year anniversary when he became the champ.
Yeah.
And then there was a video where oh fuck.
He was rubbing the blood on his face like war paint.
He tweeted that it was a video of him beating the shit out of Eddie Alvarez. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 4 hits. And then he's like, how about a 4-piece and some cheese fries on the side? I'm like, no, man, you don't do that. You don't do that. And I tweeted it, I tweeted on his thing. I'm like, oh, man, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
I go 4-piece and some fries.
I never heard that before.
Like, really?
I've heard of like a 2-piece.
Well, no, the 3. Well,
or a good
where it originated from was George Masvidal, because there was this interview where Leon Edwards was walking by and he was talking shit to George Masvidal during the interview, and Masvidal he was talking shit back. I don't know exactly what he said, but he was talking shit back, and then he walked towards Leon Edwards with his hands behind his back, and Leon Edwards, like, I guess he got ready from what Masvidal said. He got ready to like attack. So Masvidal just went boom, boom, boom. A 3-piece and a soda. So in the interview after that,
3-piece and a soda.
He was like, I gave him the 3-piece and a soda. So I was like, so when McGregor tweeted it, I'm like, oh, you don't get it, dude. You know, I mean, that's not how it works. Like, this dude hit Leon Edwards backstage with no gloves. Yeah. Just straight. And he went up to him behind his back. I mean, went up to him with his hands behind his back. Yeah. That's the original 3-piece and a soda. You don't make shit up in the fucking cage. You don't do it. At least that's what I was thinking. I'm like, you don't make that shit up. Yeah. You don't make it. It has to be a legit scene to claim something like that. And Masvidal did it pretty well, in my opinion. I think
McGregor just says these things and posts these things just to stay relevant. Because
it's a good thing.
If he's not fighting, then what else? Like, we could care less about his whiskey. I know, and that's good. And I think, like I said, I think it's so people don't forget about him. Because, I mean, look at all the other great fighters that have retired. Like, no one really follows them. You know what I'm saying? Like Tito, Chuck Liddell. Like, no, we don't know what they're doing.
Well, that's because the UFC was smaller back then, dude.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. Even now,
like fucking Ronda Rousey still has a lot of following.
Yeah, but I don't care about her.
Right, you don't care about her.
Because she's not doing UFC. Like,
Right,
People
right,
like
right.
if people follow her to, if people, huh? Yeah, she's definitely irrelevant.
Well,
But I
now
mean,
she is,
but
yeah.
I mean, like unless you actually like the wrestling, then you don't really care about her.
Yeah.
If you think about it. But no, like I'm pretty sure McGregor just says shit like this, and like every now and then he'll post pictures, of like him photoshopping the background of like fights, or
Really?
like you haven't seen it on Instagram,
No.
or he posts like he photoshopped pictures of him like when people like lose and shit. Like it's really funny.
Really?
Yeah,
He
on
posts
Instagram. Yeah, I gotta show you.
He
one.
does that?
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think. He
Yeah.
Does. Wow, I didn't.
yeah. So it's stuff like that, and
Oh
like
wow,
I think, like I said, I think he just does it just to stay relevant.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, he always does. Just like that's why I love following Dylan Dennis. All he does is punk. He even punks. What's that boxer kid? Ryan Garcia. Like Ryan Garcia even like.
Oh yes, you're right. He's trying to stay relevant because I don't think like in a boxing fight I think that little kid Ryan Garcia would smoke him.
I don't know. I mean,
I
he might
know
have
he
fast
can.
hands, but I don't know if they're like strong hands. Because he's still like a little boy. He's not even 21 yet. He's not even 21 yet, right?
He's knocked out grown ass men, dude. What are you talking about? He's fought grown ass 30-year-olds in that ring.
What about him? Okay, what about him and like one of the Diaz brothers that are boxers?
Oh, he wouldn't stand a chance.
Huh?
He wouldn't stand a chance.
See,
They're
that's
heavier.
Yes, exactly. I
They're
think
heavier hitters.
I think
but
that
they box.
Oh, I guess.
See,
But I mean,
Dylan Dennis doesn't really box.
I mean, he's a mixed martial artist, so
He's not that mixed.
I know, but he has some idea.
He's not that mixed. His strength is ground.
Either way, Dylan Dennis is another one I like to follow because he posts stuff like that all the time. Always calling McGregor too. Same thing. He'll Photoshop himself in like other people's pictures all the time. Yeah. So I like stuff like that. But if they're not fighting, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, I know. Let's take a break real quick so I can change it. All right, so we're back. So now we switched up. We were watching the UFC fight. Now we switched to boxing, which once again, not a big boxing fan, but I'm more of a UFC fan than I am boxing. But who's the main card for this one?
Terrence Crawford versus Kell Brook.
Oh, okay. And then who are we just watching right now?
I don't know, but I know that.
I don't know. No, yeah, we just got back. We just started watching like half the fight.
I recognize his trainer. I don't know this guy's name. He's Mexican. It's Robert Garcia is his trainer. Robert Garcia is he's a legend in the boxing world as a coach.
Oh, I said two. It's all good though. So but anyways, what we just I guess walked into was this fight, but so they stopped it for sure.
Yeah, they stopped it. They got the gloves off, everything. And the fight's done. They're trying to figure out. So they got these new rules, and I don't know exactly what they are, but I've been seeing it a lot and more with the Top Rank, and I see it less with PBC. PBC is a premier boxing champion. So there's like two different organizations.
That's not Oscar De La Hoya, is it?
Oscar De La Hoya is Golden Boy, but he's just it's a promotion.
Oh, okay.
Golden Boy promotion.
Oh, I thought he had his own boxing.
They're not like
DAZN or ESPN.
Yeah, like you got DAZN, and then you got
ESPN,
and
then I don't know what other boxing stuff there is.
So sorry, it's because I got some distractions. Can you close that door? Isaac, can you close that door, please?
It's fine if you step in front.
So you got DAZN, PBC, and then Top Rank. And Top Rank with ESPN, obviously. Yeah. So we got Top Rank and ESPN here. And Top Rank, I've noticed that they have these new rules where they like do an extensive review of what happened in the fight.
So before they weren't doing reviews or what?
No, when it was a stoppage, it was a stoppage. Like they wouldn't complicate things. Like even if the headbutt, like right now, there was a headbutt accident, right? Mm-hmm. Even if it was an accident and the doctor stopped it, you lose the fight, son.
Damn. So the doctor sometimes messes up people's fights.
Like with Nick Diaz and George Masvidal. I mean, Nick
Diaz UFC is so complicated, though. Like, some refs don't see the tap, and so they don't stop it. And then some, like, the minute the fighter is just down with his hands and head down, like, on the mat, like, they just stop it. Like... Oh. And they just get up like, yo, I was fine. Like, and it sucks.
Yes.
Once they call it, that's it.
So Robbie Lawler,
you can't be like, oh, my bad. Go ahead, keep fighting. Like,
Robbie Lawler with Ben Askren, dude.
There's been a lot of fights lately where they stop it way too early.
Ben Askren was just kind of doing the old big brother, little brother, like,
yeah,
you know? And then Robbie Lawler was like, I'm good. I'm like, I'm good. And he put his hand back down, like, just
he
limped
acknowledged
it.
the judge.
Yes, he limped it, but the ref missed that part where he went like that. So he just limped
saw the limp hand.
Yeah, he just limped his hand, just waited for Askren to get tired. And then he stopped the fight. And he's like, what? Damn. He was really mad.
I think I did see that fight now that you mention it.
Oh, see, that's Robert Garcia. He's a legend. Legendary coach.
Who is this right here?
Robert Garcia, he's a legend.
No, it's Joshua Franco versus Andrew Maloney.
Yeah. Andrew Maloney.
Oh, okay. So that's the fight we were just watching that we came in halfway on.
Yeah.
But
not even halfway towards it was already in.
Yeah, they didn't even see anything happen. But what were we talking about? The
Ben Askren versus Robbie Lawler.
Yeah. So
like
when
that's a bad call.
Yeah, and that sucks because it's on the
done.
judge.
Like there's no redos.
On the ref, exactly.
Yeah, there's no
So
redos.
now they're pretty much doing it for boxing. They're doing it to where even if they stop it, they'll go back and review it, and they may or may not continue it.
Yes,
that's
like
cool.
I'd like that. Just they'll extensively review it and see where the decision is gonna go. Especially right now, like right now it's a world champion fight, so they're trying to figure out because look, Bob Arum, because it was stopped because of a headbutt.
Mm-hmm.
The eye got swollen, so the doctor's like, dude, your eye's pretty much closed. We got to stop the fight. Listen to this.
So right now, pretty much, he's
just
saying...
keep talking about headbutts.
Yeah, but he's pretty much saying, like, they only saw one major one.
Right.
But he's saying, like, during the fight, we don't know if there was no, like, little, like... Because you got to think, once you hit it once, like, hard, and then just jabbing at it here and there, like, dude, it just sucks.
It'll swell up for sure.
Yeah, like, dude, when I watch, like, especially UFC fights... When I watch like those like thigh bruises that happen right away, or like what was the fight we watched where his ribs bruised up like right as soon as he got kicked?
Oh,
it went from like his skin went from white to red to just straight purple.
We saw it.
Cruz. Yeah, we saw it happen.
That Russian guy. Look at that guy.
Yeah, but no, yeah, and so when I see that, like, I'm just like, dude, like. If I got that bruise that bad, like, and then they're constantly just still jabbing at it, like, oh my, I gotta be in so much pain. Like, they probably all piss blood at the end of these fights.
Oh,
that's gotta suck.
Yeah, dude. You.
I've never peed blood, and I feel like it would just burn.
Looks pretty upset in that.
Damn, maybe we came on a good fight, like a real
controversial.
History, boxing history,
historical moment.
Yeah.
There he is, TBC.
Who's this?
Terrence Bud Crawford.
Damn, you know what's
he is one of the. Sorry,
no, you're good.
He's one of the best pound for pounds in the world in the welterweight.
Crawford,
yeah, he hasn't lost.
Yeah, it's 36-0.
It's weird.
27 knockouts.
I've never been a fan of this guy. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the way he carries himself or like he just. I don't know. He's not flashy or anything like that. He's really actually like. For the casual fan like you,
yeah,
like you don't know who he is.
No,
you probably never heard
I wouldn't
of him.
pay attention to him because he's not flashy. Yeah,
right,
I get what you're
exactly.
saying.
So he's really like how the kids say nowadays, low key.
Low key, that's exactly flying under the radar.
So yeah, he's real under the radar.
Then he's gonna pop out like at a big. So is this a big fight for him?
No,
it's just
nobody wants to fight him.
Oh,
he's that good.
That's why.
Not only like that, he's that good. He's that dangerous, and he doesn't bring in much. At least from what I've seen.
So I'm guessing he's the winner, or he's the one that everyone wants to win, that they see winning.
Actually, they have him as the.
He's the top dog.
He's the underdog. It's weird.
So who's the other guy?
Kell Brook. He's from the UK. He fought Triple G.
Oh, this dude right here.
Yeah. Look at him.
Damn, he looks like a.
He looks like fucking god from a fucking statue. Huh?
He could be like, yeah, but he looks like he could be like from Jersey Shore too.
Oh, Italian?
Yeah.
Like a Guido?
Like a Guido. Like he looks like he got a spray tan before he came.
I just sprayed into the microphone. Sorry.
It's all fine.
Sprayed? Burp.
Sprayed.
Burp, that's what I meant.
Side of sanitizes him afterwards.
Good.
The cross on his legs look like pepperonis, right? The fuck is that?
Oh.
But yeah, so who is this guy? You say he's from the UK?
Kell Brook, he fought, I think his last couple fights, or a few fights. So I just remember him from the Triple G fight. Because I'm a big Triple G fan. And I remember him fighting Triple G. And I remember he lost because Triple G broke his face. He broke his orbital bone or something like that.
Oh shit! Isn't that like the one like your cheekbone, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
He just broke that, dude. And like his whole eye socket, I think, was not connected or something like that. Like
So his
something
eye could
along
have just
those
like
lines.
drooped out.
Something along those lines, and it was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad injury. That's where I remember him from. And I guess he had another fight or another couple fights. I don't know, but in one of his fights after he fought Triple G, he got hurt on the other eye, and he got his bones broken as well, like his orbital bone or his eye socket or something. So both got injured, and then he had the surgery. So he had a long layoff. So he had a surgery. He got plates like all around here or something like that. And now it's healed. Bone has grown over these metal plates or some stainless steel plates.
And they still allow him to fight with those things in his face? Because it's kind of like cheating, wouldn't it be? Imagine punching
I don't
that.
know.
Imagine the other guy punching fucking metal plates on the side of this guy's head. I feel like that's something that you shouldn't allow back in the UFC.
I guess. I mean, I don't think those metal plates are that thick, though. I think they might be like a few centimeters thick, maybe. Not even a few, maybe a couple.
I don't know. That's still crazy, though.
But yeah, he's got that in his face. And then he said he's fully recovered. He's got stainless steel in his face now. So he said he calls himself the Terminator now.
Of course. That's still a pretty cool name.
But, sorry. Ugh, that's gross. But, I mean, the guy he's still got power. He's still good. He's still good, a good fighter still. He's actually pretty good. I think he could have actually beat Triple G in that fight. I remember that fight, and I actually think he could have beat him, but Triple G was just too strong for him, and he lost by TKO, I believe. I believe they stopped the fight. My memory's not that good with that, but I think that they stopped the fight with Kell Brook and Triple G. So that's how I know about Kell Brook. And, well, Terrence Bud Crawford, because, I mean, I hear his name has been thrown around forever in the boxing world, dude. And he's the guy that people want to avoid because he's that good. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but I don't think he's a big pay-per-view star like a Mayweather or like, well, I don't like saying Mayweather.
But that's like the first one that comes to your mind.
Because that's like the most famous pay-per-view boxing star in the history of boxing.
Yeah.
You know, but wow, dude, it's so hard for me to think about another one right now. But like off the top of my head, another pay-per-view boxing star, Canelo. There you go.
Yeah.
So he's not like a Canelo that brings in pay-per-view numbers, or an Anthony Joshua or a Deontay Wilder, and all these guys are kind of flashing out there. Like these guys, like Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, they all bring like pretty big pay-per-view numbers.
Yeah.
Like I said, Terrence Crawford is pretty much under the radar for the average boxing fan.
Yeah.
I guess you could say, or even a newbie or a novice.
Yeah.
A novice boxing fan.
No, but it's crazy that you say that because it's funny. Like growing up, obviously when I was younger, I used to watch UFC, and like just UFC, and I mean boxing is the same thing too. But like I would always be watching them, and I'd be thinking like if I ever became like a professional like fighter, like would I be like a cocky one or would I be like a humble fighter? And I'd always want to be like, well, naturally I feel like I'd be a humble fighter because I don't want to cause any problems. Like we're all just doing it for a paycheck.
Right.
So like I would just be like, no, I'd just be humble and be like, people talk shit to me. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. Like I was like, all right, we'll see you in the ring. But like I would never talk shit to him. But then I thought about it and I was like, but the well-known fighters and like the big names are normally cocky fighters. I know there are some that are very humble, and that's why they are the way they are because they're so humble. Like Anthony Silva,
Anthony Silva,
GSP.
Silva.
I know he's talked to shit a few times, but for the most part, he's pretty like gentleman about him. So, but he's still pretty big, well known. But for the most part, people always like the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I was always think, but when I was young, I was like, I think I'd be a humble fighter. But I was like, but then probably people wouldn't really like me because I'm not really bringing any drama. So I was like, maybe I'd act like
put up an act like Kobe Covington.
Yeah.
Fine. I wonder what he's gonna do now that Trump is gone. I wonder what kind of.
Oh yeah, he came out with the red hat and everything.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of persona he's gonna
I don't think it matters
bring
to him
to
that much. I don't think it's going to affect his fighting. I think it's just
not his fighting. No, he's a great fighter for sure. But, you know, here's the story with Kobe Covington real quick from what I've heard. So he was winning a lot of fights. He just wasn't like a pay-per-view star. Like he wasn't attracting much audience. So the UFC said that they were going to have to cut him because he wasn't bringing in like numbers.
Yeah.
Like people didn't want to pay to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Because people didn't, some people like the average fight fan didn't know who he was and things like that. So like,
I don't know him too well either. I just know him because of Trump.
There you go. And right now he's a pretty big pay-per-view star.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why he did that. That's why I feel like that's what it was.
The UFC told him they were going to cut him. Like they were just going to have to cut him.
So he had to become a controversial
So he
fighter.
went for Brooks. He just said, all right, well then if you guys are going to cut me, I'm going to have to figure something out. So he's like, oh, whatever. I'll play a character.
Mm-hmm.
And he played Mr. MAGA.
Yeah.
Mr. Make
I
America.
thought it was cool. But
I think so.
But the one thing I do see
Okay.
happening, what's that?
Said it's okay.
Yeah. But the one thing I do see happening that I don't want to happen is UFC is slowly going to start turning into like WWE. Because, I mean, as far as people are going to have characters now. People are going to, you know, like how The Rock and like, I don't even know any fucking wrestlers right now, but like The Rock and like another wrestler, like they would like just talk shit, like behind the scenes, like all this stuff, like legit hating each other.
All that shit.
Yeah, but like we knew it was just all an act. I feel like the UFC is going to turn to that. There's going to be so many people that are like, oh, I have to come out with a character or I have to be a certain way
to make a certain amount of money.
Yeah, so that way, like I have to, like you're a shit talker, but then you have to like create like a persona or like a different, like a character, and it's like. And then it's just going to turn into a bunch of people with like, oh, that's, you know, fucking so-and-so the Joker, so-and-so. They're going to have so many names for that. And people are going to turn into just their nicknames. And it's going to sound like we're watching like a wrestling match. Like WWE. I'm telling you. That's what it's slowly coming to. I mean, he's known as, you know, the MAGA guy or, the Trump, the one that wears the Trump stuff. Trump.
Yeah, with the cheap suits and all that. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, he's pretty quick.
He's fast. He's strong. He's got amazing footwork. His fight IQ is out of this planet. That guy's great, dude.
Is he American? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's from Omaha, Nebraska, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What? That's like the most country.
Every state's got a hood if you think about it.
I don't know.
I think to like places like Georgia, I think like any place where like rednecks
Georgia,
are is considered the hood.
It's considered the hood. Trailer park, that's my hood.
Something.
My trailer park is my hood. Boom.
Dang, he looks pretty scary. But they always show these highlights, and it's just like they're only going to show highlight like the most amazing.
Right?
Parts.
No, actually, those aren't even his amazing parts. They didn't even show most of them.
Well, even I know they're not.
He's got 27 knockouts, and he's only 36 and
the other guy wasn't too bad though. The other guy I think was 34-2 with 27 knockouts as well.
34-2.
I think it was. He wasn't 36-0. He was like 34 or something. But the other guy wasn't too bad.
TBC. You forgot the E. TBE. Remember do you know TBE?
No.
From Floyd Mayweather, the best ever. TBE.
No, I just remember. Was it Money Team?
Well, TMT. The Money Team.
The Money Team. Yeah.
It's very notorious.
I don't watch boxing that much, so no.
Well, you know, Mayweather. Who doesn't know Mayweather?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know all his secret names or whatever fuck he goes by, or his little like abbreviations he does.
Well, I figured you probably remember one of his hats because he would walk out with TBE
Just TMT.
hats.
What's TBT?
The Money Team.
No, you said the other one.
TBE, the best ever.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
The best ever. Hey, you know what? His reasoning behind that is interesting, and I agree with him, dude. He says, "I didn't come into the sport and sacrifice my life, I didn't come into the sport to sacrifice my life, and sacrifice my health, and everything in between, to not be the best ever."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yes, I am better than Muhammad Ali." And then that kind of got controversial because Muhammad Ali is held on this pedestal in boxing.
Yeah.
But I agree with Mayweather, dude. You don't come into a sport to say that someone before you is going to be greater than you no matter what.
Yeah.
No. You come into the sport to
be better than that person.
to be better than that person. That's why they paved the road.
See, but that's always tough though. Like especially, it's like Kobe never came in saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna replace Michael Jordan." Like to him, even as great as Kobe was, no, he always was like, "I'm gonna be." He always put Michael Jordan as like what's it called? Like an adjective. He's like, I'm gonna be a Michael Jordan. Pretty much saying like
Michael Jordan,
exactly. Yeah. He never said I'm gonna be better
than Michael Jordan,
or I can be better. All he ever said was I'm gonna be Michael Jordan. I'm gonna be a Michael Jordan, and like that is like more of a respect thing in sports. So and like I mean everyone says it. Like I mean with LeBron too. I'm pretty sure LeBron never said I want to be better than Kobe. You know what I'm saying? I think like Michael Jordan and then there's Kobe, like they're all like on this line, but no one's ever better than each other. So it's like LeBron, I'm pretty sure, you know, I want to be a Michael Jordan. I want to be a Kobe because they just have so much respect for people like that. Damn, that's crazy.
Yo, Fimo Lopez.
But yeah, so I think for Mayweather to say that about like Muhammad Ali, like the one that paved it, and he's an African American, so he should really be on his side. He shouldn't be saying, you know, I'm better than Muhammad Ali. He should be like, I'm Muhammad Ali.
He respects what he's done
I'm
in the sport, but he does believe that he's better than him because he's 50-0, and Muhammad Ali lost, and he lost more than.
That's bullshit though. But back in the day when Muhammad Ali was fighting, wasn't that when there was like what more than just 12 rounds?
14 towards the end of his career, it started going 12 rounds, I think.
Huh?
Towards the end of his career,
exactly.
Started going 12 rounds.
So that's the one thing I always tell people when it comes, like, I don't watch boxing or basketball, but whenever I see people like, you know, is Michael Jordan better than Kobe or is LeBron better than Michael Jordan? And it's like, who's better? Well, I'm like, you could never compare them because if you think about it, when Michael Jordan played, there was like no rules. People were like punching people. People were punching people in the gut, not getting called for it at all. Like. So you can never compare that because compared to like the basketball that I have seen.
Not only that, but they were forced to wear a certain type of shoes.
No, but besides the point, like people were just way more aggressive, and the fact that people were getting away with like punches and probably stepping on toes and pulling and stuff, and you know with the loose rules, like I'm pretty sure it was way tougher to be a great basketball player. So they can't compare Michael Jordan, maybe Kobe, because I know Michael Jordan played Kobe, so maybe they were around the same era, but not even, because back in the day when they were wearing those short ass shorts, they were
how many rings does Michael Jordan have?
It doesn't matter.
Like
it doesn't
7
matter.
Rings?
It doesn't matter because I'm telling you, the way they played back then is nothing compared to now. And like the way that they played when Michael Jordan was playing, like all rough and shit, and like hardly calling any fouls, like it was like the basic, traveling, double dribble, the basic rules.
Real simple.
Now it's like you can't pull on someone's jersey if you bump them. If they do all this like flopping, dude. There was no flopping.
So it's turning into soccer.
Exactly. No, I don't know. I don't know how soccer was back then. I don't know if there was floppers. I don't know if that's always been a thing.
Dude, soccer's been around for so many years, and everybody's been a little girl about it.
See, so that's not the same thing. No, basketball was different, dude.
No, like in soccer, say
no,
say I take the ball away from you, right, and I do that to your foot.
No,
like
that's what I'm saying.
The player will fall.
Exactly. And they've done that from the beginning of time, right?
Mostly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basketball wasn't like that, dude.
Isaac, you're the soccer player. You're the soccer player.
Yeah,
they've been flopping, huh?
I've hit players that could flop. Like
no, I'm saying like players back in the day.
Yeah, they were playing.
Like,
dude, no, yeah, from like
that's what I'm saying. That's
dating back to like Michael Jordan. Yeah, they've been doing it.
Exactly. You can't compare that in basketball. Like if you watch that Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance, they talk about it, like how rough and they show, dude, like they were like grabbing the ball, and like if people like tried grabbing it, they would like throw their elbows around, elbowing people in the face, and not getting called for it. So you can't compare someone that's playing in the rules we have now to those days, because you got to think, even if there was forever whatever reason something happened where there was a match, it have to be like it's like the same thing with like McGregor and Mayweather when they fought. It's like it was either one or the other. You either have boxing or you have UFC. Obviously, they're going to pick boxing because it's something more easier for them. But it's like one's always going to be better than the other. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. So it's like it doesn't matter. You can't transfer that stuff over. So I hate the whole Kobe is better than Michael Jordan because it's not even a thing. Like Michael Jordan is his own thing, and there's another chapter. There's another chapter in the NBA book, and then the next chapter starts with Kobe Bryant, and that's just what it is.
The rules are different. That's
exactly.
What you're saying.
So I hate that all the time. And after I watched the documentary alone, it didn't take for me to be a basketball player or to really know about basketball to see that. Like Like legit people that love basketball that played their whole life. And all they still have this argument. Like, dude, what are you talking about? It's not an argument.
It's two different perspectives. You got to look at it like this way. Before, they weren't calling that many fouls. So was it easier or was it harder?
It was harder.
But now they're calling all kinds of fouls. So is it easier now
if
or
you're on
is
the,
it harder?
If you're on the offense, it's easier.
Yeah, it's if you're on the offense, it's harder. If you're on the defense, it's easier.
No, defense is the one causing the fouls. Once you're on offense, anything that happens to you, so like if you get pushed or you flop, then you get the free throw. So it helps them.
So So it is in a way.
And then on the other end,
in a way,
defense makes it harder.
Compensates because it's harder for one now than it is the other. Before, it was easier for both parties. Now it's only easier for one party.
Yeah, but if you think about it,
one party always has the upper hand. So if Kobe's always on the party where he doesn't have the upper hand and he always overcomes, then that's when you can be like, you know what, maybe Kobe is better than Michael Jordan because he came in when there were stricter rules. He came in when it was more complicated. Back when Michael Jordan was playing, it was easier.
You lost me for a second, but you just tied it all together. Okay, I get what you're saying now. Because with the loose rules, it made it easier.
There is some kind of debate there going on. You
No,
know?
but there is, but there isn't. Because then you go back to the same thing. Well, if that's the case, then like Kobe knows the rules and Michael Jordan doesn't. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Well, Michael Jordan knew his rules for his time, and Kobe knew his rules for his time.
Exactly. So it'd have to obviously.
So it does compensate.
It'd have to be Kobe versus Michael Jordan, and it'd be like Kobe's rules because it's be nowadays rules. And then the whole time Michael Jordan be getting called fouls and shit. I barely touched him.
you really gotta analyze each other's career.
Yeah, I guess
in a certain way, and then just debate off of that.
Either way, I don't think it's something that's like something that should even be an issue.
I still agree with Mayweather. You don't ever come into sports for someone else to be better than you, even in the past or in the present or in the future.
Yeah, but I think in that sense, it'd be like you come in to either be a Muhammad Ali or something close to it. But I don't think it's something to say I'm going to be better than Muhammad Ali.
You come in to be a Muhammad Ali or be better than Muhammad Ali. Because
then what if like...
Or in MMA, you either come to be Bruce Lee or you come to be better than Bruce Lee.
Well, yeah. But it doesn't make sense, though, because when it comes down to it, Muhammad Ali can't get back in the ring and be... Because if it, like, honestly...
No, it's not about that. It's about surpassing what he did.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. In his time, though, I feel like it was tougher as a boxer.
Well,
they didn't have all the technology.
Muhammad Ali.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's like.
But as far as his boxing record, though.
Exactly.
We're talking about that.
It's like
not his outside life where he was denied to go to the army and military.
No, I don't even care about that. No,
as far as
I'm talking about mainly boxing.
As far as as long as his boxing, as far as his boxing record. Yeah, you always want to be better than that coming into that sport of boxing. At least in my perspective, that's what it would be. That's what it would be like. You would always want to be like, okay, if Muhammad Ali accomplished this, well then I want to accomplish more.
Exactly.
He paved the road for me. I'm pretty sure he paved the road for me to not stay.
But no, okay, but that doesn't. But I mean, yeah, okay, you can still be better, but at the same time, like, doesn't mean it makes you better because it's like if you were the first one to ever set a record for anything. Like, say, I'm pretty sure it's already a record, but say we did the first podcast that was like the longest, right? To us, there's nothing to compare it to. We're the first ones to ever do this world record. So to us, it's like, okay, what do we think is a long time?
Oh, there it is.
I'm going to go, yeah. So I'm going to go and say, okay, maybe 10 hours. A 10-hour straight episode is going to be the world record. All right? So we do that. They're like, oh, they're the first, world record. They did 10 hours. The next guy is like, okay, well, I'm going to do 24. But, like, if they're in the see, then we can just keep going back and forth. Like, oh, I'm going to do 24 hours. Okay, now he's a world record. And I'm like, all right, I want to do 30. Now I'm the world. Like, it's going to keep going back and forth. But when it comes to Muhammad Ali and what's his name? Mayweather, you can't do that no more. So he can be like, well, I'm going to beat him. Already better than him because I won more fights. In his time, there was no one that had gone where he had gone. So he probably surpassed the person below him that was already, at the most knockouts or the most whatever wins. So he was like, okay, well, I'm going to, say theirs was 30. I'm going to do 35. Now he's the new highest one. Years go by, no one's caught up to him. Many years when he's like retired and pretty much like dead, then this guy comes out of nowhere. Now he's already passing. I'm like, well, yeah,
new times, different
exactly.
Era.
And on top of that, it's like you knew you had a bar that you had to meet. Muhammad Ali was just like, It's like if you just hold your breath for like say it's like you and another person, you hold your breath for a long time, and you're thinking like this is good enough. Then the guy gets in and just beats you because you didn't know he could do that long. It's the same thing. But now Muhammad Ali can't come back and be like, oh well, I'm gonna fight a few more to pass you because it's out of the question.
Well, yes, but
so it's like there's no
think,
debate there.
You also got to think like Muhammad Ali did what he could and what he wanted to do during his time, and then now this new up and comer is like, oh, I don't
think an argument should be his wins or his knockouts
or his boxing career. Like I'm better than Muhammad
Maybe
Ali.
his boxing career, as far as like other things, I don't know, like the fact that he actually is a good boxer, like he knows what he's doing as far as like mechanics goes. So maybe that he can be better at. Like maybe if we were to compare them to in like a fight next to each other, we'd see like, oh, he's quicker, he's this, he's that. But back in the day, Muhammad Ali was still winning, so it didn't matter. But I mean, we can compare those things. But when it comes to the record, you really can't.
Well, right. Well, we're talking about the boxing career because Mayweather fought a lot more champions than Muhammad Ali fought. You know, that's been established. That's been in concrete already. Everybody did the research and everybody looked it up. And they're like, yeah, Mayweather did fight a lot more champions than Muhammad Ali. And Mayweather beat more champions than Muhammad Ali as well. So you got that. And then you got the fact that Muhammad Ali was the people's champ. And although he was really technical as well, and like, I mean, he was like hit and don't get missed, kind of like Mayweather. But not as well as Mayweather, though. I mean, Mayweather truly mastered that craft. I mean, he truly mastered the shoulder roll. Like, when you watch Mayweather's fights in slow-mos or, like, his combinations or his counters, like, you're like, what? Like, where did he even come up with this stuff? Where did he get it from? Yeah. But that was, like, that's, like Andre Ward said once, that's not something that you learn, like, when you start boxing. That's something that is in you since you're in the crib. Yeah. Like, Mayweather grew up boxing. Mm-hmm. Like, that's all he knew. His dad and his uncle were professional boxers. So he was born into a professional boxing family. Yeah. You know? So
he was, like, destined to be a great boxer. Yeah. Or at least a professional boxer.
Because dad and uncle were professional boxers. Mm-hmm. And Mayweather's uncle, Roger Mayweather, he actually lost to Julio Cesar Chavez. Like, that's how long his family's been in boxing.
Oh yeah, and he was undefeated
him
for a while
being the way he is, him being the boxer that he is and as skillful as he is. I mean, that's something that's you're born into. You know, you don't turn like 17, 15 and then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be like Mayweather. No, you. I mean,
it does happen. It does happen. There are people that start later. No, but it has. In other things,
in boxing.
I know, but I mean, it's a thing. It can happen.
Well, there's always a possibility. Yeah. That's a general thing in life. But
the thing too is like, I think back in the day, like the old fighters. Nowadays they fight for fame, for the money, to be like
a little kid award,
to be like well known. But back in the day, like they were men. Like they were just like
they were madmen.
They were men. Like legit men. Because now these fighters are like arguing like I need to get paid more or I deserve this.
Oh,
and this.
The Dana White memes and all that.
Yeah, but back in the day, like the boxers were just like I'm just gonna fight everyone. Yeah. Everybody on this list, I'm gonna knock them all out. It doesn't matter if they're a title fight. Doesn't matter if they're a nobody. Anyone that says that they can beat me, I'm gonna beat them up. And that was cool. And that's what I think a lot of the things are missing now in sports is like people do it. Yeah, because like I think that's why I like Mazu though. I think he's not one to. Yeah, he's like dude, I'm always ready. People like that are the fighters I like because they truly love the sport.
Like Paul Felder, how he just did right now. He took the fight on 16.
Exactly. I mean, I get it. Sometimes they have different reasons. Maybe they haven't been out and like maybe they haven't been in the limelight for a minute. So they, well, let me throw my name back out there. Like I'm still fighting.
I get what you're saying.
But at the same time, like now and like there's very rare that there's fighters like that. But when there are, I like them. And so that's the thing. I think that another thing you can't really compare to is
what I did notice.
The things they fight.
I have noticed as well is that these especially in the UFC. In the UFC, sometimes they only have like 10 fights, 11 fights, or between 10 and 15 fights average, right?
Before they retire?
No. When they're calling, and this is like the time where they start calling out for like bigger names.
Oh, okay.
Bigger money. Like, I want to get paid more. Like, I've been in here for this many years, and I'm trying to get paid more. I want the big fights.
They know what they're worth
I'm
at
like
that
15
point.
and 0.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yada, yada.
Yeah, you can't just win like 3 fights in a row and be like, all right, I deserve a title fight. Like,
no, but I mean, look at like Mayweather. Mayweather didn't start making his fights till he was making the big money. So he was like 39, 40 and 0. You know, it was like 10 fights, I think. 10 fights or more that he really started hitting those fucking 6-figure numbers and more. So you really have to put the time in, and you in my opinion, I mean, what do I know? But from analyzing previous fighters and like history of fighting, like it seems like almost like you have to establish yourself as this type of fighter and this kind of fighter, and this is who you are. And there's nobody out there that can beat you type of fighter, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's just from what I've seen from Mayweather and other fighters and things like that. And like for me, Khabib was like the prime example. Like, yeah, I think he should be like the pound for pound. He went 26-0. Like, that's a pretty good number in the UFC, especially in mixed martial arts, because there's way more danger in mixed martial arts than there is in boxing. You know, you got knees, you got kicks, you got everything, elbows, all this crazy shit. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, that's a pretty good number, you know. But when you're like 15 and under, and you're asking to get paid more, like people, I think like that's when people are barely knowing your skill set, barely really knowing your skill set. You know, who you are as a fighter and who you are as a person. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of complicated because, I mean, now you have like super famous people in MMA and the UFC, like Hamza, Chiamev Hamza. I think that's how you say his name.
What is he? Or
he's like
UFC?
Russian.
Boxing? What is this?
Yeah, UFC. Russian. And he's only got like, what's up, man? You want to jump on here?
I can't even hear him.
You have to So you made me lose my train of thought. He's 3-0, like 3-0, 3 fights in the UFC. I know, right? I'm pretty sure he has an extensive amateur fight or an extensive professional fight career before his before the UFC. But in the UFC, he's 3-0, and he's getting Leon Edwards, which is number 7 or something like that. Or no, he wanted number 7 or something, somewhere in the top 10. I think Leon Edwards is, and he's getting that fight next month in December. Yeah, and he's only 3-0. I mean, it was kind of crazy. Like, to me, like, whoa. Now you can just jump into the UFC, have one good fight, and jump straight to a title shot.
I don't know. Maybe they're just experimenting right now. Maybe they're like, let's give it a try. Maybe like people that have 3, 4, 5 fights or wins in a row.
Maybe they are.
Let's give them a shot. Let's try something.
Maybe they are superstars. Yeah, but
maybe they need to skip all these fucking nobodies and just go straight to the top and maybe get put in their place. Fight someone that they think they can beat that's at the top, like a McGregor or Khabib, and then once they lose, they can be like, oh shit, like I'm not that good. Like I need to chill on my level until I get there. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
But what happens to the rest of the roster that's been there for years and have been working their ass off and been like, hey, you know what?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, how come I can't even get a top 20?
It's an experiment. It's an experiment thing. That's what I'm saying.
It could be.
I think so.
It could be.
It's just like, I mean, I would kind of compare it to a college quarterback going to be an NFL quarterback. Like, just because they were, you know, great for those 4 years of college doesn't make them a starting quarterback when they first get to NFL. I mean, I know you don't know a lot about football, but most of the time, anyone that comes straight from the draft, like college to the draft into the NFL, especially as a quarterback start, they're not going to start. It's going to be 2-3 years before they even start. They're all going to be backups, unless they're like a top-notch name, like first round pick,
like a very high anticipated perspective.
Yeah, Heisman Trophy winner. Then maybe, because I mean, you got like Mahomes, who he went straight into. There was like a few
And
players.
he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. So like, there's people like that.
Unless you're gifted.
So
like
I can
that.
see
I
it.
get that.
Yeah, so I can see it so much like the UFC. It's like yeah, your 3, 4, 5 fights that you won in a row compared to college, and then now to go to the UFC or to go to a main event is like going straight to the NFL. And then you get there and you're just like, oh shit, this is a whole different pace, because I think a lot of people see that, especially like when it goes from college to NFL. You get NFL linemen that are like 200-300 pounds, 6'3", and they run like a 40 in like, I don't know what fast is in a 40, but like really fast for a big person. So it changes. It goes from college players that are just kind of like partying and playing and getting through school to NFL players that this is their job now. So that's how I feel like it changes. Because then at that point,
I get it, but you really can't compare it because then the guy that say I don't even know what I was gonna say Terrence Crawford because I keep.
You just heard it, yeah.
But I was shit. What was his name? I know Hamza. Fuck. I just had his name. The guy that I was just talking about, I forgot his name.
I don't remember his name.
Leon Edwards. There we go. God. Leon Edwards. So Leon Edwards is ranked up in the top 10. And Hamza is not even ranked in the UFC as far as I know from the research that I made. So the bad part there is that Leon Edwards is risking more. He has more to lose than Hamza. So, like, it doesn't, as far as fight career wise, it doesn't pan out for me. Like, why would I, a number 7 or a number top, somewhere in the top 10 ranked guy, want to fight someone that's not even ranked? Like, that doesn't even, you can't even fathom. Like, no, I don't want to fight him. Tell him to work his way up. And
I think it only that.
Because the risk is too high and the reward
that
is too
true.
low.
I did not think about that. Even if they are like an amazing fighter and they fight someone that's a nobody, they're like, even if they win that fight, there's still a chance they might like sprain their ankle or something that'll take them out.
Because what if he is a really good perspective and the risk is high and he does have crazy knockout power and you can get knocked out?
Mm-hmm.
The risk is, as far as a professional career was. Oh, here we go.
And now you're just setting your whole training back.
Yeah.
If you do that.
Yeah. Like, the risk is too high
Yeah.
to fight somebody down there.
It makes sense. It's just the same thing you referred to like football. Like when preseason starts,
yeah,
the main quarterback plays the first quarter, and then after that they start putting in the backups because at that point they don't want to hurt their starting quarterback,
their star player.
in a playoff in like a playoff or in a playoff game in a fucking preseason game.
Right.
So I think that's what I get you're saying, and same thing. It's like you can take this cheap fight, but it's like. And you might win it, but then you might get some bruises that are going to heal. It might take a little bit longer to heal. So come that next fight that really does matter, you're still kind of beat up and bruised from that last fight. Because, I mean, you think about it, a lot of these bruises and things they get are, they
Take more than 2 weeks.
yeah, definitely take more
That's
than like
just
2
one
weeks.
aspect of it. The other aspect is that you could potentially lose the fight because you never know what can happen in MMA.
That is
the other
true.
aspect is that you lose the fight, and then you lose your ranking.
Yeah, you got to be a fighter that trains like every fight's like a title fight if you think about it.
Right.
Let's take a break real quick. I got to take a piss. Was this first round?
Yeah.
No, it was round 2.
Oh, yeah.
I
didn't see that.
So who do you got winning for this fight?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I think...
If you had to make a decision, gun pointed at your head.
Crawford. I'll go with Crawford.
And why is that?
Because he's undefeated.
Yeah, I guess.
And he's he's the underdog in the bets, I guess you could say. And I don't know. I just
Why would they put him as an underdog though? Then if he's so undefeated,
I don't know.
that's weird.
I don't know. I mean, Kelberg is a beast, man.
Because if that's the case, if he's the underdog, shit, then I'm gonna go bet on Crawford. I mean, it only makes sense, right? Like as far as betting wise goes.
Yeah, you'll win more.
You ever betted before?
No, not
Never?
in boxing.
No, like not even like just between a friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Most of the times I win.
I know. I always lose against you. But and for the most part, especially when it comes to UFC, we usually have the same person we want to win, so it kind of sucks.
I know it sucks.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, dude, I wanna start getting into betting.
No,
Yeah, I kind of do.
it hurts.
I only want to do, because when it comes to betting with like sports like football and stuff, like it's so much harder because there's like I always thought betting was just like, oh, I want this person to win, like that's it, right? But no, people bet on like the actual score or like above or below how many points like around they're gonna make.
Yeah, there's
like
so
it's
much.
so much. But when it comes to like this, I feel like she's like, oh, I'm just going for that guy. Like I'm gonna get him to win. But now I think about it, I always do this. I always like explain why I don't understand things, and as I explain it, as I speak it out loud, then I start to understand it. But it makes sense because the same thing with like UFC. Like it's not just easy as like, oh, I bet on this guy. It's like, okay, well, I bet on him to win in the third round with a knockout.
Yeah.
Then that's when the big money comes in, right? Because I'm pretty sure, like, if you get all three of those right, like, so-and-so's going to win. It's going to be a knockout, and then in the specific round, it's like, and then you narrow down to, like, in the last minute or something, like, that's big money. Like, I'm putting down 100,000. Like, if you win that, like, so now it makes sense. But I think it's easy. That's why it's easier for me, like, to just not do those whole, like, betting apps and stuff. I'd rather just do it with a person like, yo, $20 so-and-so wins.
Yeah.
But there are times I do like, so-and-so is going to win by a knockout. And then the other guy's like, okay, well, if he doesn't win by a knockout, then you don't win. It's like, all right, fair enough. And I like that because then it's like, okay, well, then if we're going to do it that way, then we're going to raise the stakes a little.
Easy breezy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
but I think you should do it. I mean, you almost have like a legit breakdown of the fight and how they're going to win. And from what I've seen the last few fights, you're pretty much almost spot on. Which is weird because, and I would think, especially people listening to this or watching this, like, you really don't have, like, what's the word? You really don't have experience. It's just you're such a big fan of the sport that you learn your experience from watching. So it's like, you can still call it. Like, it's almost like one of those things where it's like if like, when they have girl referees, like, for football, it's like, how is she? She shouldn't be a referee. She shouldn't even be an announcer. Like, she knows nothing about football. She's never played. She's a girl. Girls didn't play football, you know what I'm saying?
But she's observed the sport for
exactly,
so long.
But there's a referee that's a girl right now, and that's just what it is. It's just they just love the sport so much that growing up they just learned about everything. Right. So then you talk to her and it's like, have you played before? It's like sometimes it doesn't take someone to be in the sport or have ever done it.
Sometimes it doesn't. That's why there's refs that
it could just be a nerd.
Except for refs in fighting. I don't like refs. I don't like refs that have not fought in fighting, or at least because they don't know what's going on.
I feel like a lot of them. Like especially UFC, I think they actually train because that's the one thing I'm noticing.
Refs
I don't really, yeah. So that's something I'm noticing.
Oh, refs, yeah. I meant judges. Sorry.
Oh, judges.
Yeah.
That's a big panel. Yeah, you definitely should at least be like a retired like professional boxer. Like
yes,
like all the big names should be on the judging panel, not these old fucks that have just been watching fucking boxing since they were born.
Or think they've been watching boxing.
Exactly. Like, oh, no. And most of them don't even have good eyesight. Like, fucking stupid. No, like, they pick such old people.
Yeah. Like me, like, I'm only good at predicting who wins. But I'm not good at...
Fight breakdowns?
No, I'm not. Like, I'm not good at points. Like...
Oh, yeah, of course.
Are there points like?
And you got to count all the times when
they get shot, they get countered. The time they got, who's controlling the fight? Like, there's so many aspects.
Yeah, there's one guy. Each guy's assigned like, okay, you're gonna count how many times, how many punches he's actually landed. You're gonna count how many times he's swung but didn't hit. Like
every side of the square, there's one.
Oh,
there's
that's somebody
how it works? Observing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know about the judge thing, but I think so. Yeah, in every corner, like one is like observing certain things, counting the punches, counting the counter punches.
Because every time the thing comes up where it's like 45 to 38 punches connected, it's like how. So I'm like, then right away I'm like, okay, there has to be a person that's like specifically counting those punches.
Yeah.
Like and
but now they got a CompuBox. It's weird.
It counts it. That's
Yeah.
dope. I'm pretty sure that's still the camera technology.
Dude, it looks like Brook is giving Terrence Crawford a hard time and making him really engage into the fight and react more than think.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting fight though, especially like this is why I don't like boxing because I feel like for the most boxing matches I've seen are just like punch and then like step back and then defense. They're both on defense for the longest time, but this one they're just like going at it.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson
is a new up and comer.
Taka Khan Clary, that's who he's fighting next.
Oh, yeah.
That Asian
Toka Khan
Clary.
I think so.
He looks like a young kid, Shakur.
He's young. I don't even think he's 21. A lot of these boxers are not even 21 yet.
Is there a cutoff age for boxing? Like after a certain age, then you're considered like...
I think it's only... You could only be a professional if you're of age.
18 and older.
18 and older.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
okay.
So.
So then, how does it work with what's his name from the Zone? The little kid, Ryan Garcia.
Well, he's over. I think he's like 20 now.
Oh yeah, never mind. So he's part of the big boys then.
Yeah, they're both part of the big. They're like the up and comers. They're not. They can't fight like big names there, like super big names. Even though they're themselves are big names. Like for example, Shakur Stevenson. I don't even know what weight he is. I think he's like in the 130s or 135s.
Yeah.
There's nobody big. I mean, the only veteran really was Lomachenko.
Oh, okay.
And he just got beat by Teofimo Lopez. Dude, I had Lomachenko win. I thought Lomachenko was gonna win that fight, and he didn't win that fight.
Who was supposed to win the fight?
Everything that I predicted that Lomachenko was gonna do, Teofimo did.
Oh.
And I'm like, fuck. He compromised Lomachenko's movement and all that. And I'm like, oh god, I was so wrong. I was like, Lomachenko's gonna. He's. Oh!
Is that a knockout?
Oh!
It's over.
Yes, it's over.
It's over. No, he didn't stop it.
He didn't stop it.
No, he didn't.
What? It's a countdown.
Oh, okay. He looks out of it.
Yeah, he's out of it. How was it?
That's how I look when I'm drunk.
What?
I just blink a lot to like open my eyes bigger.
What? Oh, dude, it's over. Oh, it's over. It's over.
Is it?
That's it. That's it,
Dang.
son. Terrence Crawford took the fight by TKO, by stoppage.
Damn, they got all the Bloods and Crips in the
third round. You okay? He was like, you okay? Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
What was it, like the third round?
Bro, he's got a gangster-ass family.
Those dudes, they're from the trenches.
They're not even dressed up like in suits like they should
Trenches.
be.
You know what the trenches are? You don't even know what trenches mean. This guy...
They look like they're from the
hood. This guy
hood.
listens to too much music and repeats every single word that's in every single rap song. He don't even know what it is. They're from the trenches. What are the trenches?
From the really underground hood.
What's the guy's
What are
name?
trenches? You know what trenches are.
What's the fighter's name?
Terrence Bud Crawford.
Look, give me such
Terrence
Bud
Crawford. Isaac's
Crawford.
over here saying that this guy grew up in the trenches in the
And
hood.
he doesn't even know what the trench. Isaac don't even know what the trench. He's about to Google it. Look, he's about to Google it.
The trenches.
Hey, this guy.
That's crazy though. I'm glad we got it though. I was hoping this wasn't gonna go too long. The rounds. But no-
Third round.
Dang.
He knocked him out.
He still looks out of it though.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been knocked out, but I'm assuming that it's kind of hard to get back.
Oh,
from
but
it.
he's got a little cherry on his eye though.
Yeah. Got a
That's-
little bump.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I got lucky. That was a good boxing match. We picked good fights. You picked good fights to do this on.
That's the last.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's the main event.
Yeah.
Look at these people trying to put their mask on.
Oh, so boxing's a little different than UFC. They're letting like actual fans in.
Yeah.
Or somewhat.
Yeah,
or
it's a little
family.
weird. Yeah, they are letting some people in now.
It depends on the state too.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. Does
Yeah.
now is boxing only in certain states because of COVID?
I don't know.
Like
dude.
how UFC is? Because
I'm not
UFC's
sure.
only
I haven't-
Vegas and Dubai, right? Or Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi and Vegas, yeah. I don't know. I mean, they did one in San
'Cause this is
Antonio,
an MGM,
Texas.
it says,
this
right?
is in Vegas, yeah.
The fight that.
This one's in Vegas as well.
Fight with Campbell, whatever that guy's name,
Luke Campbell.
was suspended, and he said that in Texas, it's gonna be in Texas.
Well, that makes sense.
And
So,
they might have fans there. So I'm
well, that
guessing-
makes sense because even for
Well,
baseball,
in Texas, they did have fans for the Javante Tank Davis fight with Leo Santa Cruz. That
and that's where the World Series was, so they had fans for that, and it was in
Cowboys
Texas. So
had
yeah.
fans there for the game.
that Tank Davis fight versus Leo Santa Cruz. I know you don't know, but that was a brutal knockout. I mean, I don't know if you saw the highlights or anything like that, like on social media.
No.
Little short black dude. Javante Tank Davis versus the Mexican dude, Leo Santa Cruz, skinny, like, super
No, I don't
light
think I
skin
saw
guy.
it.
It was a beautiful knockout, and then Leo Santa Cruz was doing really well. Oh, dude, what was that? How'd he catch him? It was like, it was a right hook, huh? Boom.
He took advantage of it though.
Boom.
He ran at him
Boom,
quick before.
motherfucker. Oh, he was out right there. That was a clean hook.
That wasn't the one that called it though.
Look. Just that jab.
That's not a jab. That's not a jab.
That was a jab.
He swung through his head. That was not a jab. He didn't pull back at all. That was straight all the way
Well,
through.
a jab is just a quick
Exactly.
boom.
He didn't do that. He swung through because after watch look.
But no.
Look
that's
where's
what-
look at
But that's his lead hand. That's what you
Yeah,
call
see,
a jab.
yeah, that's not a jab though. A jab's a quick one, a quick little snap. That was
No,
not a
but-
snap. That he reached through the.
But that's what
face.
you call it. Your lead hand is always your jab.
Oh.
Like, that's what they call it.
I thought
no
it was the
matter what.
movement.
No. Your lead hand is always the jab. You call it a.
Oh,
He
that
didn't
makes
even hook
sense.
him. Unless he kind of overlooked the hook. Let's see again. No, that was after he got.
This was
all
when they
fucked
actually
up.
called it. Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Yeah, that was the cool thing too. Is he knew after that first time they stopped it that as soon as
He
if
was
they
done.
brought it back that he was just gonna go finish
Yeah.
it.
Oh, shoulder. Let's see. They tried to do the shoulder. Oh,
He's not
right
even
over the
blocking.
head.
Yeah.
Oh God, that sucks. That's so frustrating. I've been there before, where they're like that, not like that. Right there when they're like towards the side and like you can like uppercut them,
Mhm.
but you completely miss and you hit one of the shoulders.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh fuck, I just wasted a shot.
Yeah. Look at his
Third
system.
round, right?
Yeah, third round.
Third round. Wow. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, dude.
I didn't know how this was gonna go. Honestly.
Ooh. I mean, Terrence Crawford don't even look that strong.
No, but I think his record speaks for himself.
Look at him. I think that's why
The other guy didn't either though. What's
Brook is jacked,
what's their weight
man.
class? He's vascular.
Like
Holy fuck.
welterweight, so 150, 155, something like that.
Yeah, that's true. The other guy is pretty jacked. Damn. Yeah.
Insane.
I don't think it matters when it comes to muscle. It's all about skill. Dude, that was crazy. No, it was actually some good matches that you picked to do it on. It would have
Round
sucked.
number 4.
Oh, 4. Round 4, knocked him out. He's pretty ripped. Damn. 114 of 4th round.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh, it was for a title.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Terrence
what I
Crawford
asked.
is a champ.
Oh, I asked that in the early. That's what I
Oh,
asked in
you
the
asked me? I'm
beginning.
sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
I was like, is this like a big fight? Like, is it like a title?
Yeah, it's a title fight. For
Oh,
sure,
okay.
yeah. But it
Yeah,
wasn't.
the
It's not a
stakes are
big
up.
pay-per-view fight though.
That was a good fight, though.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah. Now, and this is all pretty cool too, because I was thinking about it when I was at work, like titles that I would give it. Maybe I'd do it like I don't even know, because I forgot we were doing boxing as well. I was gonna do MMA minute.
So they're around 140 pounds, dude. And boxing welterweights are about 140.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So
That was
he's pretty
crazy.
ripped for a 140. Usually they're just like ripped, but like skinny ripped.
Yeah, no, he's pretty big. He's a pretty big guy.
But no, yeah, I was thinking about titling this maybe like MMA minute with Marcos, Triple M or something. But then I was like, it's not just MMA, it's boxing, so I don't even know what we'd call it.
I don't know. Fight cast.
No, I got to think of a separate. Like it's part of the Slob on the Pod, but it's just like a certain segment. Like
Yeah.
this episode specifically just about like fighting. Oh, fighting.
Fight cast.
No,
Or just
no, because that's
fighting?
just no. I feel like we're changing the whole name. No, I got to think of something. I'll come up with something.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
no,
it
this
was. I didn't expect the 4th round knockout at all. I really thought the fight was gonna go at least 10, 12 rounds.
yeah.
I did expect. If there was going to be a knockout, I thought to myself, there's going to be a knockout in like the 9th and the 10th or 11th round.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no knockout in the 10th or 11th, it's going to go the long distance and Terrence Crawford's going to win by decision. But I did not expect a 4th round knockout at all
Yeah.
by Terrence Crawford. I mean, the guy doesn't even look strong, dude. It's weird.
I mean,
Now
I think
he's-
you of all people should know that size doesn't really matter at this
No,
point.
it doesn't, but
'Cause
sometimes it does. I mean, look at like, I don't know, because Leo Santa Cruz was so small in that fight, and I thought, well, size doesn't matter, but size mattered in that fight. It was weird. I don't know. It just depends on the fighter.
It's just the person. Yeah, I think it's the person.
But
Because I think if you're a good enough fighter, I think what is it? I think technique outweighs like weight and power or weight. Because I mean, someone can only like what is it? Put their dead weight on you for so long.
for sure,
If they don't know like the actual how to actually put someone like in a certain position, then they're kind of
Mhm.
just wasting their time.
yeah, their energy and all that.
Yeah. So I think skill, takes more.
It's heating up again.
That's fine. We're almost done right now.
I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was nice though.
No, it was
pretty.
It was
cool.
good. But I think for everyone else, I guess I should have said this in the beginning. But I think so. We were watching which UFC fight did we just finish with?
Oh, the Paul Felder versus Rafael dos Anjos.
Yeah. So we're watching that fight, and then as well as we just watched.
Terrence Crawford versus Brook.
Yeah. So we just watched those two. So obviously, I mean licensing and all that bullshit. I can't post the fight while we watch it. But I think if you guys want, you guys can just watch it and listen to this if you want to do all that. If not, maybe you already saw it and now you're just reliving it while you listen to us. But I think this is something cool that I think I want to keep doing. It kind of works out because you know a lot and then I don't, so I have questions. And even if they're stupid questions, it doesn't matter because I think a lot of people that even aren't into stuff like this, like boxing specifically,
right?
Then they might have the same questions and yeah.
For sure, man.
But yeah, we'll do this. I think we should
fight.
do this again, yeah.
Bullshitted a lot, but picked up a lot from the fight.
And picked some good matches too, so that was cool.
Dude, that's crazy.
But yeah, we'll definitely hit me up again when you want to do it again. And